We begin in Lagos, where it has been a busy day for the Lagos Judicial Panel of Inquiry. The latest from today's sitting is the admission of the Nigerian army, which claims that they took live and blank bullets to the Lekki Tollgate in Lagos, the venue where the NSAS protesters staged a peaceful demonstration against police brutality. The commander of 81 Military Intelligence Brigade, Victoria Island, says officers were on a mission to restore normalcy at the Tiosa-Ekpe corridor when they were pelted by hoodlums. We have more in this report.
Upon the viewing of the footage of activity at the Lekki Tollgate that day, lawyer for the NSAS protesters, Adesina Ogunlana, cleared the air on suggestions that the clip given to him and what was later played before the panel were different. He said though one had a higher video resolution than the other, they were the same. And then it was time for the Nigerian army to continue giving evidence. During cross-examination led by Olumide Fushika, the witness said officers only intervened when law and order broke out after the attacks on the police force, rejecting the lawyer's assertion that there was no compelling evidence to warrant their presence at the toll gate.
These police stations were all overwhelmed before 2 p.m. on 20th of October.
Before 2 p.m.?
Yes.
I do hope you know that it doesn't end with you.
Brigadier General Taiwo says army officers were led by Lieutenant Colonel Bello from the division, and he was later joined by Brigadier General Omata to enforce order, and that they were armed with rifles as well as blank and live shots. In response to Mr. Ogunlano's questioning, he said the officers were not out to disperse protesters, and that the report he got from those on the ground was that no one died from the blank shots fired.
He misunderstood it. He misunderstood it. Perhaps. So, the governor of Lagos State misunderstood his own orders and requests.
When I called Bello, he informed me that Omata was with him. And I spoke to Omata and asked him also what had happened and if there were deaths as being recorded or reported over the internet, and he told me no.
The NBA asserted that the army's firing of shots at the toll gate triggered the widespread violence and looting in the state. But the army says there was no connection and linked the ensuing destruction to settling of scores.
I also saw a situation where they will burn a plaza, spare the one on the right, or maybe spare 5 more, burn another one. It looked to me this was settling of scores.
Justice Okuobi also considered the LCC's request for a review of its application to return to the toll gate for assessment of damages.
We are constrained to defer our decision on same to give room to any party who is desirous of having forensic experts visit the scene and make their report. I'm assuring Learning Council that this will not occasion any unnecessary or undue delay. A time limit of 2 weeks is hereby given for the exercise. The panel will take a final decision thereafter.
Proceedings continue on November the 27th.